We're live now, bro.
What's going on, boxing fans? This is Big Faces Worldwide. Going live with my man Boxing Block Center. We're going to talk about the fights on Dazn. We want to go over the Brandon Rios versus what's Canelo brother's name? I forget his name already.
Ramon Alvarez.
Alvarez. Yeah, it was a good scrap, man. Both of them guys, they were throwing some real mean shots from the opening bell, man. What you think about the fight?
I think it was a great fight. I think Brandon Rios started very slow, because I thought he could outmodel or outmaneuver Alvarez, but Alvarez was a guy more busier in the early rounds
Definitely.
till Brandon Rios showed his experience and stopped him. It's a very good damn fight, from in my opinion. I wish we could have done it live, but hey,
Yeah,
sometimes
I think Rios. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think we should have done it live, but technical issues didn't allow us to do so. So we just have to go with it.
I, yeah, I think Rios was surprised by Alvarez. I think he was surprised by his power and surprised that he was going to come at him like that. Now, first round, it looked like Brandon Rios was a little bit buzzed, man. I don't know if you caught that, but he definitely hit him with some punches in that first round, which looked like Rios was buzzed, man. I wasn't too sure that he was going to get out of that first round, but Rios, being the veteran that he is, he was able to hang in there and get out that first round and start to get going. It usually take Brandon Rios some time to get going, as was the case in this fight. But it was a good fight. They both, they had some real good exchanges in every single round. Actually, every single round they had some good exchanges. In the round before they stopped the fight, the referee, he was about to stop it, and then the bell kind of saved him, and that minute in between rounds just wasn't enough for him to recover, man. But you know, both guys they looked at all right, man. They both came to fight. Um, Alvarez, he's definitely not his brother, but he got a lot of heart. He got a lot of heart, and he came to fight, and that's what fight fans want to see, man. They want to see guys that get in there and throw punches and ain't scared to get hit and fight. So we might see him again. But you want to see him? What you think?
yeah, I think so. I think it's good to see him again. Does he have the power or the ring IQ of his brother? No, he doesn't. But I think he will be a good father when he trains with a better promoter and better trainer, I guess. Um,
Yeah,
It was a very damn good fight, and the zone is putting in a lot of good fight. Now, what do you think about it?
yeah. Surprisingly, they are like even the I don't know if you caught the Gabe Rosado Luis Arias fight. That was a pretty good fight too. I was surprised that Arias, I never been too impressed with him. Actually, I did a video on my channel, and I always thought that I ain't see too much of him, but what I've seen of him is that he fought Daniel Jacobs scared. He ran around and fought off the back foot a lot. But with this fight here, he was doing a lot of stalking. He was stalking Gabe Rosado. He was banging him to the body pretty good. They actually was getting it on pretty good, man. But the zone is doing a real good job of putting these fights together, and I'm excited to see what they got, in the future coming forward.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited about um, Bogandino and Baby Miller fight. It's gonna be very interesting as well. But now we get to see Clarissa Shields against Anna Rankin. So I hope she can back up all the shit she said, because Clarissa
Yeah, there was a
Shields,
lot of talking.
Clarissa Shields talks like she's Muhammad Ali, like Layla Ali or something like that. But
Yeah. She
I
thinks
I
very
I,
highly of herself.
I think she's not even at the level of Layla Ali, in my opinion.
She doesn't
Layla
have
Ali.
the power. The power hasn't shown
Yeah,
up, man.
mean,
Um,
I look at a record. She had a decent record. Two-time Olympic gold medalist, right?
right, yeah.
But Leila Ali, I think she should give Leila Ali the props because Leila Ali kind of put women's boxing on a map. On a map, if you look at it, you know.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Did you know those two actually had a little words, man. Carissa Shields and Lady Ali. I thought it was a little bit disrespectful that Clarissa Shields went out of, somebody paved the way for her the way she did. But yeah, she kind of went at Layla Ali, man, saying that uh I think Lady Ali like dismissed her as, not on her level. And Clarissa Shields came back at her hard, man. I can't remember specifically what was said, but I do know that they had some words in the past.
Yes, it's fucked up. Well, Leila Ali still remains my favorite female fighter of all time, in my opinion. Because she's,
Yeah,
I don't know about her. I don't see her really special like that. But I know she's a good fighter. But I don't think she's
I
really
like her,
special
man.
like that.
I like her, man. She's spunky. She got attitude, man, and she got that confidence, man. She almost reminds me of like a guy, man. She got that confidence of a dude, got that swagger of a dude. Like,
But
she's,
the problem is the women boxing is not that stacked, and
no, you're right.
you've got to think about it as well. The women boxing is not that stacked, you know, not like the male boxing, especially in every division now you've got a killer in every division, I guess. You watched
Yeah,
the Anthony Sims Jr. fight. I didn't watch it because I fell asleep and I just
what
missed
what
a
fight?
lot of the Anthony Sims Jr.
No, I missed that. I missed that.
Oh man, fucked
Nope.
up. You
Yeah, I
know,
missed that one.
I'm gonna have to watch it again, do a post-fight review of just maybe when I'm home later. It's gonna be very. Ah man, wow, great fight that I missed, but hey, it's okay. We still got the Spencer Chase and Baby Miller. Baby Miller, how do you think it's gonna perform against Bogandino? Because Bogandino is really unknown. He's undefeated but unknown. You know,
Man, Big Baby Miller's gonna be problems for any and everybody because of his size, man. He's over 300 pounds, man. He throws a lot of punches to be that big. He's light on his feet, man. He moves around a lot. He puts that big body on you. Um, I never seen the guy he's fighting, so I really can't predict what would happen. But just by looking at the size of these guys and by looking at what Big Baby did to his last opponent, I think what he came in this time, 315 pounds. He's
damn,
like
uh,
70 something pounds bigger than his opponent. That's a lot of weight, man.
yeah, a lot
That's
of
a
weight.
lot of weight.
But I don't think weight works well against the elites because they know how to. Because the elites, especially guys that pack a lot of punch like Junto Water and
I
Josie,
agree. I agree. I agree.
once they hit you hard on the chin, your weight go out the way. But Bogandino, I don't know what he's gonna bring to the table. I don't know if he's
Yeah, I'm not.
if he's that good. But hey, we just want to see Miller fight, and after this fight, let's see if he can step up to the plate against
Yeah,
the white fight. Would be nice, be entertaining.
I would love to
And
see that, man. I would love to see that. I'm a Dillian White fan, man. I like him, man. I like his attitude. Dillian White comes to fight. He comes to bring it. He ain't scared of nobody. And Big Baby Miller talks the talk, but I want to see can he walk the walk against some. He got to step up, man. It's time for him to step up. He keep fighting these guys that we do not know. You know what I mean? Fight somebody of note. He haven't fought anyone that has a name yet in the heavyweight division. That's in the mix, really. That's really in the mix right now. He hasn't fought anybody that's in the mix, man, and he needs that scalp on his resume. He talks a lot of talk, man. You know what I mean? And to not have a name on his resume, man, it's like, who have you beat, man? What have you done to walk around like this? I'm not too sold on him yet, man. But we'll see.
Hey, CMD was reports. What's up? How you doing? He says Pittsburgh Steelers. What about the Eagles? I think
Haha, the
I think
Eagles.
I think you
That's
understand this better. I think is that the American football
yeah, that's
NFL?
American football. You see the Steelers in my background. That's our football team over here, and his is the Eagles. And he knows the Steelers has the most championships out of any NFL team, and he's just he's just a little salty right now, but he'll be all right.
Well, we good, bro. CMD. We just chilling here and doing a live fight review of Rios and Ramon Alvarez. CM, the Reposter report still don't have this on yet. It's fucked up. You're missing a lot of good action, in my opinion.
I thought he had it. I thought he had it.
Cena set up, yeah. Cena set up, yeah. He hasn't set it up yet. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's missing some action, man. There's definitely been some good fights on here, man. They got a free 30-day trial, man. You can't go wrong. So
Yeah.
BBC, where you think Brandon Rios goes from here? You think he's in the mix for another title run, or what? Or you think he's just food for the top elite guys at 147?
Well, Brandon Rios is a washed-up guy, and but I don't think he can be the top elite guy. But who knows? It could be that
Right.
this days on deal might uh, motivates him in a way that he wants to really perform hard.
Yeah.
CMD says, "Can you cancel the zone?" Of course, you can cancel the zone if you want, but I don't have the I don't have the reason to cancel the zone because I'm enjoying it,
Nah.
bro. So good.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to cancel it, man. But if you want to cancel it, you can cancel it anytime, man. It's free for 30 days. You can get it right now and have it up and running in 5 minutes.
As a boxing fan, you should have that CMD. I prefer having the zone than having Showtime, in my opinion. Anyway, the Water Fury fight will be shown on the zone here. Um, I already
Ooh,
seen.
ooh, there's some good action going on right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's his name? Nico
Hometown guy.
Nico Hernandez. Nico
Yeah,
Hernandez.
yeah, he laying some leather on this guy here.
The arena is okay. The arena is okay. I mean, it's like Dazn are not just they're just traveling from cities to cities, bro. What do you
Yeah, I
think
think
about
that's
that?
good. I think that's good, man. Instead of just having the fights in the same old place all the time, man. Bring everybody. There's fight fans all across the world, man. Not just in Las Vegas and New York, and spread the love, spread the love a little bit.
When was the last time this happened in America? Like a promotional company traveling from one state to another just to, have a
Exactly.
part. When was the last time it happened in America?
Hey, man. Back in the day with Don King and Bob Arum were at the top of the. We're younger. Eddie Hearn is bringing that flavor to American boxing, man. He's definitely bringing that flavor.
Yeah, because I just wonder how America is so huge, but boxing is not just one of the big sports there. Like, just
Yeah.
maybe Americans just embraced um, personalities, instead of the sport of boxing. I think they just embraced people. Like Mike Tyson was just the main man at that time. I remember, and but Don King was a very good promoter. To be sincere, without Don
Yeah,
King,
it's all about promotion.
without Don King, I don't think there will be a Rumble in the Jungle because nowadays you see fighters 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 are very afraid. They're afraid to even go to another country instead of going to. When you tell a fighter today, let's have a Rumble in the Jungle in Africa, in a country in Africa, I think they'll be afraid. But Don King did it at a time, so it's kind of surprising. Look at it, how he did it. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people give Don King, flack about cheating fighters, but one thing you cannot say about Don King, he did promote his fights. There was a fight going on, and Don King was involved. You knew about it.
Yeah, we have to say the truth. It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. You saw the Terence Crawford and Aaron Spence,
Oh yeah, man.
the face-off they did.
What'd you think about that?
I think Aaron Spence is scared of Terence Crawford, bro. I think Aaron Spence sees Crawford as a threat to his hype train.
He definitely does. He definitely does, man.
He sees it because the way he talks, he say, "Oh, this guy is too small. You're too small." But you fight him, Mikey Garcia, like,
Mm-hmm.
like let's be real. Mikey Garcia is not the same size as Spence. You know what I mean? He's moving up and fighting a guy like Spence, but Spence has to play with it. But fighting Crawford is not a problem. Too small. Too small. When someone say that, when
And
someone have excuses, it means the person is afraid. That is the main truth. I tell you, bro. What do you
yeah,
think?
he
Maybe
just
I'm wrong.
kept coming up with all type of, you know what I mean, kept bringing up well, Al wants me to fight Sean Porter. Al wants me to do this. Al wants me to, and I was surprised to hear him talking like that, man. I really was. Um, I had to watch it again, man, to make sure I was seeing hearing what I was hearing. But sure enough, man, he said it. You know, I think Crawford asked him something about who he fighting next or something like that. He was talking about Porter, and he said, "I think he wants me to fight Porter next, and then he wants me to fight somebody else." And Crawford said, "So he didn't mention Crawford?" And Earl Spence kind of shied away from that question, man. I was a little shocked about that, man. I was a little shocked. I know a lot of Earl Spence. I'm an Earl Spence fan, but I'm not no. Um, a lot of his real diehard fans are a little, disappointed in that. There, man. Um, his body language, his energy just didn't, what I mean, just didn't match what he was saying, man. Just didn't match up, man. Terrence Crawford, he really believes that he can beat Earl Spence. Terrence Crawford really wants to fight Earl Spence, man. He's real confident. I like Crawford, man. I like both of them, but I like Crawford. Crawford's a dog, man. You can just tell by his energy, man, that he really wants that fight. He really wants that fight. The way he rolled up on Earl, looking right in his eye and tell him exactly what he was thinking. You have all these guys that's been talking for months and months saying he got to call Earl out. He got to call Earl out. Well, the man walked up on him. He didn't actually call him out after the fight. He walked up to his face and said what he had to say. You know what I mean? And I haven't seen a lot of videos. A lot of videos about that. There was a lot of people were saying this and that about the boy Crawford. Well, you got what you wanted and more. I haven't heard too much about it.
Yeah, that's true. You've got to really say the truth because keep talking about you gotta call him out. Sometimes you don't need to give fathers attention after a post match, post fight. You just pull up on them,
Yeah,
like if you win a fight in a particular faction, like Crawford did. I mean, why give Spence the limelight? Why mention the name? That means
right.
you
This
care.
is your night. This is your
Right.
night to shine. Yeah,
So
I agree.
somehow, but some people don't see that way. Some Spence. Yeah, is there something like Spence fanboys nowadays? It seems like there are now. No, yeah, bro. Of too many talk and no action. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. You see, Crawford was talking about his weight, grabbing on the stomach, and he grabbed on Crawford, and Crawford was like, "Yeah, you feel it, you feel it." You know what I mean? Letting them know that I'm in shape all year round, man. I live that boxer lifestyle. Then Earl started saying, "Yeah, but I make weight though. I make weight." You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that may come into play, man. His lifestyle may come into play in a fight like with a guy like Crawford, who's definitely about that life.
this guy says, Emmanuel Awala says, can this beat AJ? Oh, I think we talked about this before the other day, right, bro?
Yeah, we were, man. I don't think.
Usyk, Usyk is a very skilled fighter, no doubt about it. He's going to give problems to a lot of heavyweights, and he could possibly beat a lot of heavyweights. But against Joshua, it's going to be very different. You know why? Because of size difference. And
Hmm.
also, I know Usyk has fought bigger guys before. He fought and beat Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce does not possess the power Joshua possesses. That's just different. You know.
Hmm.
And also, Joshua can use his reach advantage just to jab. He can just jab, um, Usyk. Just win the fight with a jab like he did with Parker. And you have to know that Joshua can fight on the inside as well. Fight on the inside,
Yeah, I
fight on the
think.
outside, and
Hmm.
he's more deadly on the inside, especially when he has that uppercut coming. And also,
Yeah, he's just too big and powerful. I
it's
think
just
he'll get.
size matters for a reason. I know Usyk can beat a lot of heavyweights, like I said, but
Hmm.
he's gonna have a hard time. Listen, if people like Dillian White, if they want to fight Usyk, they're not gonna go there box. You're gonna know when a boxing match, Usyk will just run rings around them and beat them easily.
Yeah.
They are gonna go there and brawl and just manhandle him, treat him like a small man. You saw how you saw how White did to Parker, right? He
Hmm.
treated Parker like a small man before he got down in 12th round.
No respect. Hmm.
No respect. There's no boxing match. It's just listen, let's fight.
Yep.
That's how it will be. I'm not gonna go there and
Hmm.
bust with Usyk. If they go there and bust with Usyk, Usyk will also win. Because Usyk his rank IQ is very high. So that's just the fact. What do you
You know what
guys
I
think?
was impressed with Usyk. What he did in the fight with Bellew, being that he was supposed to be the smaller guy, he looked much bigger than Bellew, man. And he looked much bigger than Bellew, and I was a little bit surprised about that.
Well, he's not a smaller guy like he's not a small guy like that. You know, he's not a small guy like that, bro.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, but he was. I think, in my opinion, he's bigger than Belly, but Belly is a little bit taller, just an inch taller, I guess.
Okay.
Belly is not big. Belly is Belly is not big. Belly is not big. Belly is just you saw Belly when he fought as a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
During the lightweight time, he was so skinny, like for real.
Yeah. He looked sick compared to
Belly is
compared
done
to what
well.
he looked now.
Belly is done well for his career. I mean, who could have thought Tony Bellew can become a millionaire? Like,
You're right.
yeah, lots of fighters who have talents more than him, but he was also with Frank Warren before, and you know what happened. When people talked about Frank Warren, you know, promoters. He didn't mention his name, but he said promoters, trying to um, use fighters and, you know, take advantage of fighters that he's glad that he met Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is doing good. Hopefully, there is no bad news about him. But if there is, then it's just how it is. Promoters are not to be trusted, but so far so good. Eddie Hearn is. living up to the expectations.
Yeah, he's doing a decent job, man. I'm not, at first I was a little skeptical.
People are
Like when
calling
Eddie
him
Hearn first came on the
MVP.
scene over here, I liked Eddie Hearn. I liked it. He got that charisma. He got that charisma. He could talk. You know what I mean? And then with all the Joshua and Wilder stuff, I started to dislike Eddie Hearn a little bit. Um, but as a boxing fan, I really like what he's doing for boxing, what he's bringing to the table with this the zone and bringing Matchroom over here in the states. Um, we're getting fights, we're getting more fights, and more fights for a boxing fan is okay with me, man. Can't take this stuff personal.
Yeah. Let me set up the Clarissa sheets. Um, this is another ranking um, event, but you can keep talking, bro. I think this one is sort of
All
finished. You CMD bus reports. I think I will send you next link about
Oh,
this
you ready?
one.
Cool.
Saying this. No, I'm gonna send CMD bus or CMD the link, but I have to set it up and also send you the link as well. So, by the way, who others in the live chat who wants their questions answered? Um,
Kevin
bro,
Jenkins. What do you
bro,
say? He went up to heavyweight, but he's a cruiserweight. Who's he talking about?
come
Adam
again.
Stevens says nobody beats AJ at the minute. Also, Bellew was winning that fight, and Bellew is a bum. Fury beats Wilder, then Fury fights Joshua, is a fraud. AJ has the MO. That's interesting, Adam. Bellew, I wouldn't call Bellew a bum, man. I think Bellew, he's not an elite fighter, but I wouldn't call him a bum. As you can see in that fight with Usyk, he was winning that fight. He was winning that fight by by a couple rounds. He was winning that fight by a couple rounds, man. And um, Usyk was able to catch him with that, with that 1-2. If it wasn't for that, man, if it would have went to the cards, I think Bellew may have won that fight, or it would have been a real close decision because Usyk was gaining momentum as the fight went on, man. But definitely wouldn't call Bellew a bum, man. As far as Fury beating Wilder, that's possible. That's possible. I don't think it's likely, but that's possible. Fury, he's shown me by the things that he's doing that he's real serious about this fight, man. He's, by him just changing up his training regimen, coming to the States and training, changing his coach. The guy that he actually hired is a friend of his, man. He really doesn't have any training experience at this level, man. And I was listening to an interview with Tyson Fury. Um, the guy actually won the job on a dare. Tyson Fury, they were at a pool. They were at vacationing somewhere on holiday, and they were by a pool or something. And two girls walked by, and Tyson Fury said, "If you get those girls' numbers, I'll let you train me." And that's how it came about. That interview was done with Joe Rogan on Joe Rogan's podcast. But yeah, that's how this guy became Fury's trainer, man. Now he's brought Freddie Roach in. I'm not sure what Freddie Roach can bring to the table, 3 weeks out. Um, but he's brought Freddie in, he's doing a lot of different things that he's never done, which says that he's definitely serious about this fight, or says that he's definitely worried about this fight, that he's doing so much, different things that's not his norm. You know what I mean? But me personally, I think he's on point. I think he's coming to fight. I think he's focused, and I think he's coming to win. I think I don't think he will win. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't think he will win. A lot of people don't give Wilder enough credit for his boxing skills. I know it kind of looks, kind of looks sloppy and all over the place, man. But if you look back at the first fight with Bermain Stavern, um, Wilder boxed pretty good, man. He boxed really good, actually. He worked off his jab a lot, man. He just wasn't loading up on that right hand. He actually showed that he can go some rounds. Um, and that was the only 12-round fight that he had, and I think that he showed a lot of people that he can fight, he can box. And for those of you who have not watched that fight, go back and watch that first Wilder Stavern fight, and you'll see Wilder does have more than the right hand. Not saying that he's a this really good, superb boxer, but he does have some skills, man. He doesn't just have to rely on that right hand. He beat Bermain Stavern, by boxing. This not the Bermain Stavern that showed up in that second fight, that we seen get smashed out of there, but he beat a Bermain Stavern that was a contender at the time, that was in the mix at the time, and go check that fight out, man. Go check that fight out. JD Max says, "What didn't you like about Eddie Hearn in the Wilder situation? Elaborate." I didn't like all the back and forth between the camps. I did not like how he was. These guys were basically putting everything out on social media. We in the states, we're not used to that. We're not used to a fight being negotiated over the media. You know what I mean, over social media, and I just thought there was a lot of back and forth. Calling Shelly Finkel, Shirley Winkle, and all that. I just thought that was a little childish and a little disrespectful. Um, and the way that he was treating Wilder, in my opinion, was just just dismissing him. It just was childish to me. It just was childish. He walking on the street asking people, "Do you know who Deontay Wilder is?" You know what I mean? Just childish stuff. Even though at the time Deontay Wilder wasn't as popular as he is now, but to just see a guy in Eddie Hearn's position, going out there and doing the things that he was doing, man, was just I felt was childish to me, man. And I
This
turned me off.
Anna
Turned me off.
Rankin. This I'm looking at this fight preview of Anna Rankin and Clarissa Shields. It looks like this Anna Rankin is this girl is ready to fight. In a way, I'm interested. Hmm. Very surprising to see.
What is that?
What?
Hey, CMD, right?
Yeah.
CFC.
How you doing?
All right.
We're about to go to the next one. I'm send you guys the link very soon because Clarissa she's gonna start
All
some
right.
let's
Yeah.
game
Now I
very
can hear
soon.
myself. Like, what the heck is going on here?
Okay, then catch you guys very soon. I will send you a link straight away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you about to end this one?
Yeah. I will send you the new link now, okay? Talk to you soon, guys. Cheers.